The Bible is full of requests, prayers, and needs that people bring to God. Just in the life of Jesus alone, we see that happen all the time. When people come up to him, we see the leper ask Jesus to make him clean. We see the Roman centurion ask for Jesus to heal his servant. The man lowered through the roof by his friends is both healed and forgiven. A synagogue leader asked Jesus to raise his daughter who has died. And before Jesus can get there, a woman comes up and silently and stealthily touches the edge of his robe. Two blind men beg for mercy from Jesus, as does the man possessed by a demon and unable to speak. A lot of requests. We might even call them prayers, only some of which are spoken from people needing something from Jesus. And that's just from 2 chapters of the Bible, those stories. That's just from Matthew 8 and 9. There are, of course, many more like those. And we see Jesus responding to all of them. No one is left on their own. So it's interesting, surprising, shocking even, that when Jesus himself asks for something from his Father, he's denied. At his most desperate moment, in his time of need, as he agonizes in prayer, Jesus hears no word, no voice from God, no rescue. Though clearly God could, God does not save his Son. The prayer of Jesus is simple, and it's stark, and it's the only word from the cross that appears in more than one gospel, when Jesus cries out, my God, why have you forsaken me? My God, for what reason have you left me in the lurch? Have you left me all alone?" And so, left behind, left alone, left on his own, Jesus dies. If you're watching this video on Good Friday, this prayer of Jesus is the perfect prayer for this day. Now, of course, it's not the easiest prayer, but it is the right one. For on this day, in that moment, it is not good. It is all gloom and grave. These words that Jesus prays are straight from the Psalm book, the prayer book of Jesus and his Jewish people. Specifically, it's Psalm 22, a psalm that is full of other crucifixion imagery, people hurling insults, bones out of joint, clothes being divided, cries going unanswered. Psalm 22 is the psalm of Good Friday. And I'd encourage you to read it today, for it's a psalm of agony and despair, and it takes you there. And the Psalms are really helpful this way. They invite us to pray real, raw prayers that frankly sometimes don't even feel very religious. May not even seem like it's right to pray them. But if David and even Jesus himself could pray them, then maybe we should too. Because of the prayers of the Psalms, they get real, they get raw, because they know this one really vital truth, that even when God is silent, God is still there. Even when David or Israel felt alone, they were not. And this is true even in their moment of worst abandonment when they are taken into exile in Babylon. And so on this execution day, when Jesus is laid bare on a cross, violently stretched out and killed, what does he say? He chooses to take up Israel's cry of despair, Israel's abandonment, Israel's exile on himself. And by inhabiting such cries of desperate need, Jesus takes on all times of abandonment and desperation, theirs, mine, and yours. And that's why we call it Good Friday. For in Jesus, our desperation is ultimately not isolation, for Jesus is there. So where do you need to pray with as much honesty and transparency and cry out your abandonment just as Jesus did and bring it to God? In that place of honest despair, Jesus is there. So that wherever you feel most abandoned, most hurt, and most lost, you are not alone, for Jesus meets you there.